So how do we get from this bonkers liberal arts school in Vermont to Washington to sitting down and spending a lot of time with a murderer?
Ooh.
And then ultimately, what lands you in a courtroom in Seattle witnessing the murder trial of a 16-year-old, now 18?
This is a long answer. Is that okay?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
of
love
course.
long answers.
Okay.
This is going to be 6 hours. I don't know if you were warned. The reason I ask is I love your writing.
Thank you.
And I love your writing not just because of the wordsmithery. Your essential viewpoint is present to me, or at least what I think it is. And it's incredibly non-judgmental and not saccharine. It's like I'm rooting for this person on some level, and this person's fucked up. And here's the whole thing. And I appreciate that so much because I feel like so many things land in a just whether they're tearing someone down or they're building them up, there seems to be little nuance and even-sidedness. And the way you write, I appreciate as being like as close as you get to the truth, which is like it's all things. So you have a perspective. That's why I asked, because I think it's rare.
Thank you. Look, I think all of the journalism that I do is powered by confusion, edging into fear. You know, people who are scary, my way of confronting that is not to run from it, but to drive toward it, try to understand. How do they understand themselves? How do they understand what they're doing? How do they think this helps me?
Yes.
Yeah.
They become then demystified, right?
Oh,
Brought down a little bit to, you know, sort of humans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
We're all humans. We all have a logic for what we do,
Yes.
even if it's not obvious to others.
And I'll argue we're more comfortable thinking these people that scare us are like 7 deviations away from us, but they're one.
If
That's
that.
what's more interesting.
Right.
Yes.
So I think that the world sees it like you do. Most people, like these are these others, right?
Right.
In doing the first book with this serial killer who killed at least 8 women, he was referred to constantly as monster. He was a monster.
Yeah.
And to me, at the time, I was much younger then, at the time, that was really frustrating. Like, monster?
Yes.
That gives me nothing.
Yeah.
Yes. How does one become a monster? What do we do with a
Oh,
monster?
so it's a made-up, it's a fake thing.
Right. It's a made-up thing. He's not
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
He's not some mythic figure. He's like a dude. So monster really bothered me, this idea. And I found it incredibly opaque, like not illuminating in any way. In fact, almost determinedly not illuminating.
Yeah.
So that exasperated me. So it's the late 1990s, and I am in New York, upstate New York, or mid-state, Hudson Valley. I had worked at the local small-town paper, the Poughkeepsie Journal. I had left that paper and was kind of unsure what I was going to do with myself. Had very mixed feelings about journalism as a result of working at that paper.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, at this point, freelancing for the New York Times because there are a lot of people in the Hudson Valley who are New York Times readers, and the New York Times recognize, hey, we got somebody there, and she can sort of babysit stories for us.
Yeah.
And so my boyfriend at the time was still working at the Poughkeepsie Journal, and we lived together. He would come home and say, hey, Claudia, like, there are these women missing, and nobody's writing about it. The paper won't write about it. The paper isn't covering it. Everyone's saying, oh, these are like streetwalkers, and if they're missing, they want to be missing. They don't want to be found, and that's what the police were saying. And this boyfriend of mine said, you're writing for the New York Times. You got to tell them this is a thing, and no one's really taking it seriously here.
Yeah.
So my editor at the Times, what's going on up there this week?
What boring thing is happening?
Well, it was actually, Poughkeepsie was kind of known for like weird news, freaky news.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a lot of weird, like the Tawana Brawley story. You
know.
are too young.
Yeah, I'm old as hell.
Okay, you're still younger than me.
50. I don't know, I'm 50.
You're younger than I am.
Oh, wow, you look incredible.
Considerably
Congratulations.
Okay, so the Tawana Brawley story was, you can look it up, fact check it.
Yeah,
It's,
we will.
Anyway, a lot of weird crime in the area.
Oh.
And so when the editor said, what's going on up there? I said, well, I don't really know if this is a story, but there are these women. There were like, I don't know, at that point, maybe 6 or 7 who were missing, and nobody had really done a serious look at this. And I said, hey, I don't know if this is a thing, but it's something.
Yeah.
He said, get on that
nice.
right now.
Yeah.
Start making phone calls. So I did. Started sort of running down their families and their boyfriends and talking to them and the moms who were looking for these women.
Was there a pattern?
Yes, they were all women who were mostly slight white women, not unlike myself.
Yeah.
And they all were supporting drug habits, mostly crack, by walking Main Street in Poughkeepsie.
Got it.
So they were streetwalkers supporting drug habits. And this is why maybe nobody was much looking at them. Dutchess County, as you may or may not know, is beautiful, wealthy, horse country. A lot of movie stars live there, except in the city of Poughkeepsie, which is kind of
Oh, wow.
not that
Okay,
nice.
a little grittier.
A lot.
That's a euphemism.
A lot. That's a lovely euphemism. So I'm talking to these women's families. A guy turns himself in a week later, in no way because of what I'm doing. It's just this confluence of timing. In fact, that morning I had an appointment to interview the chief of detectives. What are you doing about these women? And I show up at his office and he hands me a piece of paper with an address on it. Go. And it's dude's house where they have now found the bodies of 8 women who have been in the home.
I hate to say you're lucky, but you've already done all the interviews with the family.
Yeah.
You're like, this
Way
timing
ahead.
of this is insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
I go across, get in my car, drive. It's 5 minutes,
Yeah.
It's just a little Hudson Valley town. So there were these 8 women's bodies in this little house about a block from Vassar College.
Oh.
And they had been decaying in there, some of them 2 years.
Oh, my God.
Was he living in there?
Yeah, with his mom and dad and teenage sister.
No. No.
Yeah. Okay, so they're hoarders. So all this stuff comes out. So they're hoarders, like the whole
Ecosystem.
the whole
is-
ecosystem of the house these like dead bodies kind of just blend into the general.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Like,
Claudia.
are they exposed or are they
No,
like, okay.
there are 5 in the attic, 3 in the basement. Anyway,
Wow.
so there I am standing out there. I am still at this point kind of a young reporter. I've been a reporter like, I don't know, 5 years or something.
Uh-huh.
TV is amassing 48 hours. Everybody's showing up. And I'm just like this little local reporter on the scene. I'm writing all this for the New York Times because I'm ahead of the story. Anyway, I got, of course, obsessed, right? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
How does this
Yeah.
He
happen?
became kind of infatuated with finding out.
Not infatuated.
Okay. That's the wrong word.
That is the wrong word.
Okay, because that implies some kind of attraction.
Right.
I don't mean that.
I did
Fixated.
get
Fixated.
fixated
Thank you.
on how does this happen? What makes this person? I just could not stop.
Yeah.
So it's 1998 when he confesses, and I'm thinking about it. And I finally wrote to him a year later. So I didn't do anything. I
Yeah.
just sort of ruminated
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Wrote to him, and then that sort of touches off this 5-year correspondence. By this point, of course, he's arrested, he's imprisoned, pled guilty. He's at Attica. He was initially at Dutchess County Jail still when I first wrote to him, I think. He eventually ended up at Attica. And so some phone calls, some visits. I tried a lot of letters. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what makes this person, right? Like, who is
Yeah.
this monster, right? How do you get to be that person? What are the forces that contribute to this person? And of course, his family, who would never talk to me. His mom, through a lawyer, said she would if I paid her.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
I don't have any money, and I don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm doing
It's
here.
not how it's done.
It's not what I do. It's not how
Yeah.
I do it, and I don't have any money anyway. So they never talked to me. So it was kind of back on me to understand the women, how they got to be in the position of knowing him.
Yeah.
And then as I went on, it got to be, well, why are you doing this, Claudia? Why are you so fixated on this? What is it about you?
Yes.
So then it
interesting.
becomes kind of a memoir. It's this true crime, what's him, and memoir, what's me. And that's the book.
What's the name of it?
The Spider and the Fly.
The Spider and the Fly.
Who's the spider? Who's
That-
the fly?
Ooh, I
Oh,
just got
that-
chills.
yeah.